Hi there, it's Marie, and this is Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. And yes, this is real life, and shit happens. I made a batch of Greek yogurt, and I let it sit too long, got distracted, and it went about 16, 17 hours, and it is very tart. Hard to take on the palate when you're not adding any sweetener, and because I am on a carnivore lifestyle, I'm not adding any sugars. So I'm not wasting it. I'm going to show you how to make a carnivore lifestyle cheesecake. Gotta watch this one because it's a good one. And again, we don't waste food around here. So stick with me today for an interesting adventure. I'm creating this as a foundation from other things I've seen from other YouTube people. And I'm going to start off with 5 eggs. I'm separating the whites from the yolks. And I'm going to do this very carefully because when you want to beat your whites to a peak, if you have any yolk in there, that fat won't let you get that high volume of the whites. The reason we beat the whites and the yolks separately is to get volume. And because we're not adding any flour, we're going to try to get the volume just from the eggs. And the more I think about it, this should definitely not be named a cheesecake. It's more like a soufflé. As you can see, my eggs are very bright orange. That's because they are free-range chickens. We feed them absolutely nothing processed. These chickens live their best life on our property, and I have several varieties, hence the different colored eggshells. But it's worth raising chickens if you want to eat your very best. As always, I'm going to be putting my eggshells aside. I'll be washing them, drying them in the oven, and pulverizing them, either giving them to the chickens for calcium or mincing them very fine in the Vitamix, giving them to the dogs as a calcium supplement. Now to my egg yolks, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of that tart yogurt that I have made. And I like to try and flavor these type of almost desserts with something. And using my LMNT electrolytes not only gives me the electrolytes benefit, but they've got so many amazing flavors. And this one here is citrus. And I was thinking that key lime idea. I'm going to try using the citrus with this. And if you actually order using my link that I have below, I also have it in the description box. When you place your first order with them, they will give you a sample pack and you'll get to try all 8 flavors. So if you do use that link, you're able to try that. And now I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's just a little bit of a leavening. And as you can see, the minute I added the baking soda with that tartness of the yogurt, it started to foam up. Look at that. It's amazing how well that worked. And now I'm going to grab my egg whites and I'm going to beat them until I have a stiff peak. Doesn't take very long, but you want the peaks to be nice and stiff so that it gives you that much more volume in what you're baking. There you see. They're stiff and nothing added, no stabilizer. So to my egg whites, I'm going to add in my egg yolk mixture and I am going to fold it in gently. You've just made that effort to get all that volume. You definitely don't want to beat it down. So folding in gently is really important. And I take my time, scraping from the sides, folding over, incorporating everything nicely. And if you see a lump of, the white egg whites, just, mix that in slowly. But don't get overzealous and start beating because you will deflate what you've just worked on. See, everything incorporates very quickly. And then if you see any other spots with white, just mix that little area in a little bit better. but you do see how it starts to deflate. So you don't want to do this too much. I have a springform pan here that I have buttered, and that's just to prevent any sticking. I'd rather do this than any cooking sprays. I always use animal fats as my greaser. And you can see a little bit of whites there, so I'm just gonna, once I place this in the pan, I'll just blend those in a little bit better. There's a big clump of white, and no worries, because I'm just gonna blend that in and see how it mixes in. Perfect. And this is ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna place this in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. And here we have it. This has been baking for 30 minutes now. So I'm going to shut off the oven, and I'm gonna let it sit in there with the door ajar. Now I've taken it out, and as you can see, it started to deflate, hence why I call it more of a soufflé rather than a cheesecake. Well, it's cooled off, and I'm not sure what we ended up with. It's quite flat. It did puff up, but then it collapsed as the time went on. We can't call this cheesecake. It would be more like a soufflé because there's no cheese in it. It's the yogurt, my LMNT citrus, and let's cut into this and taste it, see what we ended up with. I'm just going to do a small knife here. Kind of spongy. I was hoping it had more of a crispness, but I guess going into the fridge. That's what it looks like, texture-wise. Holy shit, that's good. I don't really taste the lemon. That's really good. It tastes similar to a European burek without the pastry. Okay, I got a hint of lemon there. So the citrus is in there, not too bad. This could be a really great savory treat. I'm thinking bacon bits, some sharp cheddar cheese, and this would be an amazing alternative to scrambled eggs. You got your yogurt in there, which we cultured, so we know it's high quality. The eggs are farm raised from our hens. This is good. I can actually say it's very tasty. I would do this again. Try maybe some other flavors out of curiosity. But I like the savory aspect of it. So I think this is a winner. Not a cheesecake, more like a soufflé, but delicious. Look at that texture. And it's tasty. Holy smokes, it's tasty. It's a winner. So I hope you try it and give me your opinion on what you think. And if you like this type of content, remember, like, share, subscribe, and always go out and live your best life. That's good. That's good.